A beautiful day out here in Tampa Bay could turn ugly very quickly if you are involved in a car accident. But do you know exactly what to do if this happens to you? To give us the best advice on what to do and what happens next, we have attorneys Marc Anidjar and Shire Patel from the law offices of Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys. Good to have you guys.
Well, thank you for having us on set again. We love being here.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I want to, let everybody know that what's the first step if you get involved in a car accident? Very simple, right?
So obviously always check yourself out. You want to make sure that you're healthy, that if there's anything significantly wrong, you immediately seek attention, right? And obviously notify the police officers always. They're the best gatherers of information possible, right? So by calling 911, obviously they're going to respond to the scene. They'll take a general preliminary accident report, collect the people's driver's license information, they'll collect insurance information, all the general information we need just in case something happens so that you can resolve it. And even if, let's say, you're not injured,
right?
Obviously you want to get your car fixed. So having the police come in there and be that finder of fact is the best step you could take initially to make sure that all the information is gathered and no one tries to say, hey, why don't we just leave the scene without doing anything, and then you wind up in a problem.
And that's a great debate because I feel like a lot of people just kind of say, hey, let's fix it amongst ourselves. Nothing happened. Do we walk away? Is that what you have seen throughout the years, that people just don't want to call the cops or anything?
No, absolutely. I mean, like you said, human nature is to try to resolve it amongst yourselves. But as Marc alluded to, get the documentation, because in the end of the day, you are going to be making the insurance claim, or you're going to want to get your car resolved or get treatment for your injuries. And try to get the driver's exchange of information that's going to have all that information you need. So
every single time.
And while I'm saying, my dad was always a handshake guy, right? And he's from the 50s and 60s. You shake your hand, you say you're going to do something, you're going to live and die by it, right? And I believe that there's still a lot of people out there in the world that still do that, right? But there are a lot of people that unfortunately, go home, get someone in the ear, start chipping and changing their story and saying, well, it wasn't really my fault, and then you have these problems, right? So first and foremost, obviously, notify the police, gather information. Then obviously, if you're injured, seek medical attention immediately, whether an ambulance on the scene, if it's a real bad accident, airbag deployed and something along those lines, I always say call an ambulance, go to the hospital. Because you never know if there could be fundamentally an internal bleed, something that you don't see that could be catastrophic. And those airbags hit you in the face at a real high rate of speed, and they're made out of a steel wool. It's not meant to not hurt you, it's meant to injure you less than the steering wheel. So I would always say the best thing to do is if it's anything like that, get yourself checked out. You never know what could happen. And obviously if it's a more minor injury, then obviously you can wait and seek medical attention at a later time.
And of course, we always want to have that attorney at hand in case of any major incident, right? I mean, that's very obvious, but what's your take on that? Some people that want to wait until they call the attorney and kind of solve everything.
no, correct. I mean, obviously, get the treatment you need first. Focus on yourself, get the information, but then consult an attorney, right?
It's important.
Have an attorney take over the legal aspects of the case, opening up the claims, making it easy for you so you can actually focus on getting better, which is what matters.
That's right. So basically, you guys are the ones taking everything over after we get, into that situation. Thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, for providing all the information, because I know I'm that person that sometimes says, okay, no, yeah, we're fine. No, call an attorney. Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys, all the information on your screen.